This is it, ladies and gentlemen. Can we do it? This is my goal today, and I'm going to be very honest about this. I didn't sleep a lot last night because of various health-related issues. So the goal tonight is very simple. The goal today. Beat vanilla. That's the goal. Anything else is bonus points. We need to beat vanilla. So we've got one quest left for Windhurst. And then we've got the Bastok chain. Let's freaking do this. This Woods 1. I'm sick of vanilla. I don't want to be here anymore. Let's finish this. By the way, just to really make this clear, this is yet another one of those quests where we needed to go into that stupid canal. You know, the one that requires going past the three mage doors. And I was telling Pax last night about the three mages door, and he was just like, "What?" I still can't believe my father was alive. Huh? You have a letter from him. An explanation for the actions of the Cardians. This is incredible. Joker was created by the famous Karaha Baruha. Ajita Marujito. What's wrong with you? You went all pasty-white as soon as you saw me. What mischief have you been up to? Well, I don't know what to say. To hear this, and on top of knowing the old coot was still breathing. The king of the Cardians is the creation of a dead genius? What in Vana'diel is going on? Something I don't understand. Who brought the Cardian back to life in the first place? How is this possible? You need a massive amount Taru of magic to restore life to a Cardian. Not to mention the use of forbidden rituals. Even more important is the fact that the ritual would have brought him back from the dead. If he really is alive and kicking, why hasn't he been to see the Star Sibyl? Is there something preventaruing him from putting in an appearance? Or is he planning something off in the shadows? A summoning. That's it! He was focused on perfecting a complete summoning. He wasn't trying to enlist the aid of the great beast. He wanted to completely enslave its will. If he had succeeded, he wouldn't be the only one brought back to life. Lore Runner, the Full Moon Mountain. We must stop the Star Sibyl! No! It was always the Star Sibyl. The twit who has threatened to imprison me twice was the villain all along. I'm very shocked by this. Can I get some lore shocks, please? Just one, two, maybe. Maybe? No? Okay. Okay, no shocks. We're all very legitimately shocked about this. So lore shocked. Because remember, I have to explain this around. The whole point of the lore shock, this shocked Pikachu, is that it's not shocking. That's the whole point, is that it's like, oh, this is my shocked face. Thank you, Kennex Cow. I appreciate you. My only viewer. Back to the canal. Oh, God. The evil guy is, in fact, evil girl in this case, but whatever. Evil. I just realized I don't know how to get where I'm going. Hang on a second. I gotta pull up the composite map here so I can figure out where the heck I'm going. Where am I going, actually? Oh, no. Oh, okay, it's right here. We're good, we're good. It's fine. Game. Game. so cold and dark. I thought perhaps the stars and moons might have returned to the fountain. Nothing has changed. Semi Lafina, I thank you for bringing me here. I never thought I'd be able to stand in this place again. Star Sybil. That day, 20 years ago, from that day forward, I honestly believed I would never return to Full Moon Fountain again. Place of Karaha Bruha's death. A place enveloped in frigid darkness. I felt that Windurst would share the same fate as this fountain. A bleak future of eternal night. I turned my eyes from the darkness and pretended it didn't exist. I ceased to look to the future of Windurst, the future of our people. In a world without that guiding light, my fear of the darkness froze my feet upon the path. Star Sybil, you mustn't be so harsh on yourself. Perhaps you've forgotten that your guidance has allowed Windurst to exist in peace these past 20 years. To the citizens of Windurst, you are the light that shines in the darkness. You are their guiding star. Ah, thank you. The gentle strength of the Sybil Guards has always been there to hold me steady. For your sake as well as mine, we must understand our situation. We must discover where we stand and what lies out before us. We must kill babies. Yes, that's the kind of determination you need. Joker. I've been waiting, Star Sybil. Waiting for you to return to this fountain. It can't me. What do you mean to do? It seems you still recognize me, though my form has changed. However, you have nothing to fear. I have not come to seek vengeance for past wrongs. And do not be concerned for the Mithra. They have not been harmed. I have come to tell you of the Star of Hope you have called forth. I must tell you all that star has set motion on Vana'diel. Star of Hope I called forth? Remember, Star Sybil. You have followed the epic prophecy from the first age of the Star Sybil to the day I greeted the specter of death. That prophecy began with the fervent wish of the original Star Sybil, with the moon reading she performed, in the same way you entrusted your wish to the stars and moons that bathe this land in their power. Yes, I remember I made a wish to the Star Spring. I could stand my grief no longer. I wished for the help of Karaha Bruha, dead all these long years. Yes, that wish reached the faint amount of power that remained of the stars and the moon. And then, with the strands of magic that bind us together, he and I returned from Death's dark hall. You should be surprised, Star Sybil. Your hope, your wish, will aid in the restoration of the power of the stars and the moon, and bring us closer to the moment we've been waiting for. However, for things to set in motion, I need you to wish alongside me. You mean... You! It seems your Star of Hope has already arrived. That brilliant incandescence has shown us through several crossroads. I speak to you now, Star of Hope. Here I will await your final illumination. Lead the darkened soul to this place of the stars and moon once more. A time for miracles is upon us. Okay. So now that I'm, here at the fountain, surely you'd think the next quest is here at the fountain, right? Don't be ridiculous. Go back to town and turn in some crystals to make sure we can trust you with this next quest. Aye, Magister. Hopefully that's enough. If not, well, figure it out. Come on, game. Game. Game! Game. Blue. Hello, game. Excuse me, that's not it. Ah, get up, get up, get up. Moon reading. Ah! God dang it. That's 7 crystals and it's not enough. Damn you. Damn you all to hell. Crystal greedy Totaro. That's 8 now. Nope. Wow, okay. Let's do 9. I try to X you. Try a full stack of pancakes. So it was 9 for future reference. Because we'll need that information one more time. Do you know what's going on? Ashita Maruto has been pardoned for his crimes. Guards have escaped disciplinary action despite our insubordination. Heaven's Tower has sent in on the mission for you. The Yugudo have proposed a revision to the peace treaty. Okay. Aren't we dealing with, like, the Cardians right now? So, I've been debating giving this a second negative. I'd love thoughts from the crowd. So, almost every quest chain in Sandoria involves going to talk to Halver in order to progress, or going to the central chambers. What that means, in Reality Land, is it means teleporting to a specific spot, walking like 5 feet, and then walking like 5 feet. Nothing too shabby. Nothing too terrible, right? The equivalent here is going to the top of the freaking tower, which there is no shortcut to. And then also leaving the tower, which there is a shortcut to. Also, the teleport is further away because no reason given. This is completely needless busy work that would have been solved by slightly different terrain design. Like, we'd already be inside the chateau in Sandoria right now. And there's Halver. Waiting for him to load in, waiting for him to load in. And we've now talked to Halver, and we're done. That's it. We haven't even reached the tower yet. Good morning, Diligent Dodo. No, it's not a bug. It's just they want us to walk to the top of this tower for every single quest. It is some of the most overtly obvious padding I've seen in this game. And this is a game filled to the brim with padding. But there's no nothing for this, right? There's no luck, there's no chance, there's no skill. There's just walk to the top of the tower every time. Like, I suppose technically the thing I could do to speed this up the most, hi Evo, is to have Evo be here. No, is to have that speed buff. Evo, thoughts, okay? In order to access every single MSQ quest in this chain, from like 2 something onwards, we have to go to the top of this tower every single time. How long does it take? Well, at the moment I've been at it for about 3 minutes. Oh, I'm sorry, it just ticked over to 4 minutes. So I'm willing to say about 4 minutes per quest just spent going to the quest NPC, which is to this particular door. Once I get here, now I can accept the quest. I mean, yeah, they didn't think about it. I've actually talked about this before. I'll tell you exactly why this is this way, is because they were thinking about the lore, the story of why the layout of the city was, and not the gameplay. I've seen this 100 times, where it makes perfect sense for this to be the layout of this particular city, but from a gameplay perspective, it makes navigating that city much worse. Lore Runner, you received the mission briefing. The situation has become volatile. The Yagudo are screaming that Windhurst has broken one of the clauses of the peace treaty. There's a passage in the treaty that states that Central Magic Tower and West Saradaboa will not be reactivated without prior agreement of both parties. Apparently it did not escape the beady eyes of the Yagudo when Ejido Majido woke the tower using the Mono Orbs. Now they're demanding we give them control of the ruins to make amends for our break in faith. It's obvious those devils want to establish a base right under Windhurst knows, but it'll be a cold day in Kazan before I let something like that happen. In any event, the rescue of the Star Symbol comes first and foremost. Let's go meet with Ejido Majido. I mean, what's funny is the answer is already there in the tower. If you really want the tower to be a thing, make a teleport that goes up, not just a teleport that goes down. Boom. Problem fixed. Uparuru. If you're here, then you must have... Yes, I heard from my dear brother of the fate that befallen the Star Sybil. The Monastery is responsible for all of this. I must, Daru, apologize to all of you. Raise your head, Uparuru. This is not your fault. I was the one who took the Star Sybil down to the Full Moon Fountain while unknown terror stalked the shadows. I accept full responsibility. That terror is not unknown to us. The Bearer of Darkness is most likely the resurrected Karaha Baruha. We've sang. The research left here was extremely thorough. A perfect Teru copy. Oh my god. A perfect Teru theory that surpassed all other systems of magic to stand at the pinnacle of achievement. Karaha Baruha succeeded in his complete summoning and dominatarud the will of the great beast Fenrir. This is hard to read. However, that spirit was too vast for any one person's body to contain, the energy too intense. Fenrir was dragged to the abyss of death along with Karaha Baruha. And now the deceased have returned. The Bearer of Darkness is the incarnation that contains the spirit of both Karaha Baruha and the great beast. A shared existence. And that is why Joker has taken control of the Full Moon Fountain. But why hold the Star Sybil captive? For revenge? If, as you say, part of the Bearer of Darkness is the great beast, it must blame the Star Sybil for its death. Was it its hate for Star Sybil that brought it to the Heaven's Tower? Of that we can Taru be certain. When Joker's wish is fulfilled and the Bearer of Darkness returns to the Full Moon Fountain, there's no telling what will happen. However, to keep Star Sybil from harm, we must Daru do as the Joker requests. But how? There's no way we could force the Bearer of Darkness to return to the fountain. It comes and glows in the blink of an eye, and our attacks are completely ineffective against it. Leave that to me. There's one method of luring it. You need to go get 3 MacGuffins from 3 completely separate dungeons. I sure hope you've been getting those teleport spots as you go. So there's a song, and the 3 verses of the song are kept in the 3 ruins. Can we go? 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 Please. Please. Jesus Christ. If something should happen to the Star Sybil, the Taru will completely lose their marbles, not to mention their will to fight. And you can bet the Yagudo will choose that exact Taru moment to attack. Windhurst will be annihilated before he can spit out Taru, deranged drilling Jamels. The Mithra must be ready to take the front line in such a battle. Your strength and prowess will be sorely needed. I understand. I'll confer with the chieftainess and prepare for a Yagudo attack. But do your utmost to make sure that an attack doesn't happen. Yeah, that's the goal. Duh. You understand basic logic? And lastly, we were talking about the possibility of disabling the Cardians. Can it be done? Yes, I believe it can. If the mono orbs of the Cardians are stuck with a strong enough blasty wast of stars and moons, their motive systems can be disruptarued. This disruption will only last a short while, but during that time they'll be completely doozy-woozy. A sliver-wiver of time in which to rescue the Star Sibyl. Where do we find such a source of power, and will be capable of wielding it? Don't worry about me, dear brother. I learned a few things while you were Lastaro to us. Humph. Taught a few black arts by a certain Tataru is more like it. Nothing like that. Right, Taru. I must be going. Don't go hurting yourself. I don't know, Evo. Because verbal tics. Something doesn't make sense. How could a genius like you not realize the art of complete summoning would rob you of your life? But if you'd foreseen that outcome, what if you'd predict Taru'd this entire scenario? Thank you, Lineruth. As always. Yeah, you know, the reason why they got rid of these social tics in FF14? No, I'm pretty sure this really is the reason. It's because FF14 has voice acting. So I'll put that towards 3 stars, Erdquan Masters, and I don't know, Evercold. For alright, so now I have to go do 3 dungeons. Woo! It's okay, like I said, we don't have to walk all the way down to the bottom of the tower. I'm actually really curious how frustrating Bastok quests are going to be. And not just because it means we'll be done with Windhurst. Which will be great, won't it, Mr. Red? Mr. Red's like, no, we must always live in Windhurst. We must always have the 3 Mages Gate. It's like one of those curses that always has to have a bearer. The good news is we'll be back to Windhurst at least one more time when we do the last consoles mission for Bastok. After that, I don't know. So you will get your wish, Mr. Red, one way or the other. Oh my god, Valerian. Okay, so... is it this? Yeah, there it is. I'm going to repeat that one out loud. Valerian just said, Windhurst is the wind worst. Now, you could take that as a cannibalism joke or just a statement of quality joke. Both are fine, really. So this is what we call the easy one of the 3. Hi, 2 Base Master. Haunting song echoes through the ruins. Ah, frickin' Zilartians. Go away, I've killed all of you. In 2 expansions. Okay, so now... now we need a home point. Oh, excuse me. Let's see if we have it. I hope we do. We might not. Okay. Quicksand caves, thank God. Oh yeah, Uglapa, Quicksand Caves, Romaev. 3 Zillart locations. And again, the jackasses. Where the hell is this? Oh, I'm already here. Damn, I thought this was going to be a length. I should have just done this last night. Instead of spending time, my precious infinite time on this earth with 2 amazing nieces. I did. I just saw 3 dungeons and I'm like, alright, I'll put this off till tomorrow. Well, good thing that A, I already have the key, and B, I have all of these warp points. At least I think I have all these warp points. Oh God. I'm turned around. Where am I? No! Okay, other way, other way. I find it funny that this is the last quest, because there's like 3 separate plot threads, which are just kind of dangling here. And yeah, we're almost done with the entire chain. Like, this is the last quest of Windhurst. No, I'm good, Mr. Red. I'm good. Now, Eva might need that. And did you know, if you type !Evo into chat, you can get a link to the game that she's putting together, which is already on Steam, and I'm very proud of that. Let's see, where am I going? Okay. And if she needs me to put together an actual video for her trailer, she knows how to reach out to me, hint, hint. Because I have video editing. Just saying. Poke, 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 poke. There we go. Okay, sorry, what? Yeah, if she needs more music, poke, poke, poke. Or more sound effects, poke, poke, poke. Just saying. Alright, where am I going? E8. Oh, that's way over there. That's actually not too far. That's not too far. Hang on. Just in case. Nobody remembers Jubilee. From the comics. I remember Jubilee from the show. Oh, that counts. Her superpowers were being a viewpoint character. If you think about it, that's a heck of a superpower. Who are you? I'm the camera. What? It's okay. It means nothing bad can happen to me because I have to always be here for the audience. What are you talking about? What audience? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I mean, Jubilee was always just a discount Dazzler, and Dazzler was already kind of pathetic. So. Alright. This is it. This is what we farmed for at some point. I don't even remember when. Okay, now what? There it is. Okay, that was the 3 dungeons. That was kind of silly. Alright, now, can anyone chat tell me what we have to do next? That's right. We're going to go right back up. I'm giving that a second negative. It's silly. It's silly how frequently we have to go up that stupid tower. So you want to see the full trip up the tower, Eva, because you came in like mid-stride, right? So I'm going to hearth. Then we're going to go up the tower. Yes, to quote. In fact, every time you zone, I do believe, in general. So any cell change. Jesus Christ, pillars of snow. Yeah. I should mention that I'm actually, so sorry, I am being inaccurate. Let me be more clear about that. Every time you change cells and every time you warp, it resets trusts. Because I've seen areas where you'll warp inside of a cell thanks to like a trigger or an interaction, like a door or whatever. And that will also reset trusts. Probably. When did they add trust anyways? Because I know it was pretty far into the game's existence. Like, we know that pet code existed pretty far back because summoners. But trusts are kind of different. Oh, you know what? That's actually an interesting question. Are summons the same way? Do summons get reset every time you zone? Do a teleport? Oh, there you go. They probably just literally copy-pasted the summon code for the trust code, which makes sense. What that means is they probably had no idea how to get that working back in 2002, which would make sense. Don't worry, Evo, we're about halfway up the tower. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it up this tower, I swear. Don't you go quitting on me, Evo. Just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Oh. Most. There. Oh, we made it. Okay. Okay. Oh, God, I need a nap. You made it back in time. Loretta, it's no ordinary adventure. Yeah, remember by this point, canonically, I've already killed at least one god. So it would seem. I'm not sure when we defeat the twins relative to these quests. We've been waiting for you. Actually, we were slightarily worried you weren't able to gather all the verses before the show started. Well, you've been out hop-popping all over the place. We had a message from the king of the Yagudo announcing the imminent Taru abolishment of the peace treaty. You realize what this means, don't you? Abolishing the peace treaty is akin to declaration of war! What? Lorshok? Lorshok. If you don't send a reply, surrendering control of the Harutoro ruins within the period stated, we can consider ourselves at war with the Yagudo. Very little time remains to us. And to Joker's lifespan as well, I would imagine. What do you mean by that? A doll only lives a certain amount Taru of time corresponding to the amount Taru of magic its creator poured into it during its creation. I asked the children at the port about the date of Joker's resurrection, and did some calculations. From the results tell me, it seems Joker's clock will soon tick its last talk. Joker is probably also well aware of his predicament Taru. Just a moment. What does the time remaining to Joker have to do with the deadline given by the Yagudo? The Cardians and the Yagudo have some kind of deal going on. You really should have noticed it by now. Think about the incident in Taru where the talisman was stolen from the Chamber of Light. That room can only be opened by myself, a Cardian, or a representative of the Tower. To top it off, this treaty business comes at the worst Taru possible time for us. Either they know the star symbol's missing, or that Winters is particularly vulnerable right now. Are you saying the star symbol has fallen to the Yagudo's talons? No, think about it. If that was the case, they wouldn't have Taru given us a deadline. The Yagudo are simply waiting for Joker to expire. This is just Taru speculation on my part, but I would say relations between the Yagudo and the Cardians went Taru decidedly downhill after Joker took up the Cardian crown. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Does this mean Joker is a friend or foe, good or evil? It's entirely possible he is neither friend nor foe. Appearing at night and fading within a day, just Taru like the will of the great beast. It's ready at last, Taru! We didn't have time to test it, but I had the help of 3 professors. It should work perfectarily. Oh, with 3 professors helping you, there's little chance of it not working. It's the chance they were a little over-enthusiastic that worries me. Well, we've done everything we can. There's little point, Taru, in sitting around imagining what's about to happen. Only time will tell. The moment Taru has come to the full moon fountain. And back down the tower. It's probably just the PS2 to quote it. God, that's weird to think about, though, just now. It's okay, this step should actually be pretty quick. Knock on wood. Yeah. Imagine if the portal down didn't exist. This would be more than 2 negatives, I'll tell you what. I don't know what you're talking about, Diligent Dodo. Quick, someone kill Diligent Dodo before he reveals the truth. He has a podcast, Pilsisno? That will not save you, Diligent Toad. We must kill all the diligent people in the world, even if you're one of the last. Of course. Whatever. Game. I know you have to spool up a new instance every time I do this, but Jesus Christ. There you go. God damn. Like, I even get what the delay is. It's just holy moly, game. Star Sybil. Joker. We have brought Taru together the verses that bind the great beast and the ancient people. With this song, the bearer of darkness will be drawn here from any distance. We have granted Taru your wish. Now return us the Star Sybil. The ancient people. You speak of the Kulu. Very well, you may approach. Let us have Lorerunner play the song. The rest is up to you. No matter what Taru happens, you must protect the Star Sybil. Okay, hang on. Let me summon my trusts again, because I didn't realize there was a barrier here. Lorerunner, our guiding star. You have braved much to reach this point. You have navigated a galaxy of stars to bring light to the land of hope. It was the wish of the Star Sybil that began this epic tale, but it is you who must realize the truth. It was your will that led us to this moment. Thumbnail potential there. Go grab that. And thank you for the sub, Dark Day. Always appreciate you. Give me a second, I will jot that down. Or dealer's choice. The beat 'em up block. And Dragon Quest 4. Your brilliant incandescence will show the way. Call the stars and moon to this place once more. You have come. We who have been divided will become whole once more. Okay. Summoning magic. I can summon my dudes. Alright, so the big, epic, final boss of the Winter's quest chain. Any second. There they are, hey! 4 golems. The 14,000 damage I'm casually doing here. What's the doll doing here? Yeah, so I lied to you. The actual final boss of Winterst is a wyvern and a manticore. What? Why are these the final boss of Winterst? Real question. Like, at least the golems made a bit of sense, because, you know, Tataru, and they're small, so they rely on their magics and their technology to interact with the world around them, so the final boss is some of their own technology turned against them, sure, but no, it's these two things. What? I've been wondering that ever since I glanced ahead in the walkthrough, like, why are those the final bosses of the Winter's chain? I am so confused. Lore Runner, we've done it! He's been weakened enough. Damn it, Taro, the Cardians are waking up. You have nothing to fear. My divided self no longer has the power to control them. I leave the rest in your hands. Star Symbol, when we have all joined as one, I will have a new promise from you. A new wish. A wish made to the stars and moon that illume the heavens. I understand, Great Beast. So I'm guessing this happens before the stuff we did in Promathia. Because, you know, we kind of talked to Fenrir there. The spirits of the Cardians, they're merging together. Joker, he's the light. A star of hope will be born from that radiance. Stars and moon, heed my wish. Grant me endless darkness. bless this land with the protection of Fenrir. Oh my god, it's Bladetravel's mount! I didn't realize you were in this, Bladetravel. The people of Vana'diel, they are the force that will shape the future. Alright, anybody want to guess the next step of the quest? You know what I'm about to say. You know what the next step is. Wait a day is another acceptable answer, but no. It's go up that stupid freaking tower. I think it's 3 times just this quest chain. I shouldn't even say quest chain, just this quest. Just 9-2 has had me go up this tower 3 times. Okay, this has been about an hour so far. Maybe I made the right call in getting dinner last night. Honestly, I'll take going up the tower over waiting a frickin' day. Going up the tower is about 5 minutes of irritation. Waiting a day is a minimum of, what, 45? That's assuming it's an in-game day, because they also do real-life days in this game. That's actually a good question, Meta Lord. I mean, obviously the gameplay reason for Tataru having such giant buildings is so that, you know, other races can fit in them. Yeah, exactly, Blato, like that. I'll take the tower. I'm not fond of it, but I'll take the tower. Like, would I rather play? Would I rather play this or EverQuest? That's not a hard call, really. The old school RuneScape. Oh my god. Go keep clicking that gate to raise your agility. Lore Runner. The star symbol is resting. The ceremony at the full moon fountain drained her. It'll probably be some time before she recovers. Along with Joker, all the Guardians that were in that place have returned to nothing more than ordinary puppets. The power of the stars of the moon that was stored in their mana orbs. The small Amantauru of the same energy left in the fountain, and the magic of the star symbol's Diza star. All of it was consumed to revive the great beast Fenrir. That is the moon reading. The power to grant Taru wishes. It'll take some time until Fenrir's back to his legendary strength, however. Winters has regained the protection of the stars and the moon. Our fair land will once again be visited Taru'd by serene, twinkling evenings and peaceful dreams. Aren't we an imminent invasion by the Yagudo? You're back. I bet those Yagudo... I bet those Yagudo were screeching for blood. Yes, that's why I went to slap them across their collective beaks with their revisions. Now that the Great Beast is back, they won't be trying to get their filthy hands on the ruins. They're a careful bunch, that's for sure. Now that the East Cardians are gone, we can assume they'll hold back on abolishing the peace treaty as well. But you know they won't Taru give up on the ruins that easily. That is true, but we no longer have any reason to cower from them. The star symbol has been freed, isn't that right? She has found us a new guiding star. It's strange, but I feel like I'm freed as well. Freed from the spell Karaha Baruha had over me. It's almost as Taru as... It's almost Taru... Oh my god. Almost Taru as if I was having my strings pulled by the research left by the great genius. My theory is that he predicted Taru to mate like myself would come to prominence after his death. You Flataru yourself, dear brother. Karaha Baruha was more likely aware that a naive, shorty, warty tempered wizard like you would come along eventually. What's with you, Aparu? You got a smart Taru mouth on you today. Things never would have gotten this bad if you wishy-washy slowpokes in the monastery had done something about the rogue Cardians earlier. Humph. Keep talking like that, you'll never get your ring back. Ah, finally. Without that ring, I can't Taru get into the minister's chamber. Not being able to get to my own room is doing wonders for my reputation as a formidable spellslinger. Laura, what was it Joker said to you? It was your will that led to this moment. It was your resolution that brought new beginning for Winters that had lost its future. Where will your determination take you next, I wonder? Probably to Bastok. Your actions could affect all of us in Winters, and across all of Vanadiel. What do you want to accomplish? No need to answer that. The time will come when your determination will bring you the answers you need. If you need any more work, come to the Orrestory. We have budgetary to employ 1 or 2 people for experimental purposes. There's a few new spells I learned from the Book of the Gods I've been dying to try. I guarantee it'll be a fascinating experience. Oh my god. And you can lend us a hand to bring in all the roguey-wokey Cardians still wandering around the ruins. See you soon, adventurer. Bye. Oh my god, is Gemstone 4 still active, Valerian? It's time I should be going as well. Don't forget to visit the star symbol before you leave. Before taking a rest, she mentioned wanting to talk with you. Until the day we once again fight side by side, may the fire in your eyes never fade. Hey Valerian, if you got a second, do me a weird favor. See if Shattered Galaxy is still playable. I really, really doubt it, but I haven't looked. Please and thank you. Lore Runner. I am glad to see you are well. We have not spoken since the events at the fountain, and I have been concerned for you. You tried to arrest me twice. The words of the great beast found their way to your heart as well, I am sure. Fenrir has promised a new beginning for Windhurst. But it's only a beginning. With the loss of the Disa Star's power, I can no longer perform moon or star readings. I can no longer foresee what fate awaits our dear Windhurst. The star that was there to guide me is no more. But do not worry for me. I will strive onwards. Thanks to you, I have found the path I must take. I am governed by the citizens of Windhurst. My role lies in finding the way that provides for their happiness. You, too, are a citizen of Windhurst, am I? And one of the brightest stars that lights my way. Let us walk that path together, away from all that has ended and towards everything that has begun. We will lead Windhurst onward to a new future. And... don't leave me hanging, game. Game? Game? Oh my god. The Federation of Windhurst, an ancient capital nurtured by the boughs of a great tree, blessed by magical waters and protected by the moon and stars. There's a legend in this country, In a time forgotten, a people forced to wander by starvation and cold were led to this land by a wondrous star. When that star returned to the heavens, it sent to the earth a spiritual medium, the first star Sybil, who could hear its voice. She promised winters glory and prosperity to make winters great again! For the bone and blood of our enemies. Oh, sorry. A new age passed, and a time of destruction drew near. The moon fell into shadow, the stars grew silent, the people lost their way. And you didn't hear any of this from me. Those who found the light again were those who knew themselves, who knew courage, who knew justice, who knew truth. And then there came those whose determination would create a new future. That radiance would be as a beacon for all that lay ahead. Once again, a star of hope has been born to this earth. A star named Prish. Wait. A new tale will begin here, woven by the myriad stars in this universe. And... and we're done! There! We did it! We did it! We finished Windurst. We never have to come back except for that one quest. Yes! Yes! We're done! Oh my god! I'd like to thank my mother, my father, God, the Broncos, Death Guys. We did it, Star Wars. We are 2/3 of the way through vanilla. Kill me. God, just kill me. Don't worry, we'll play WoW in November. And then we'll immediately play FF14. And then ESO. And then Fallout 76. We will be forever locked in this hell that is the MMOs. Why? What? Why can't I change the layout of my house? You're in a rental. What? But, okay, whatever. That's a good question. I'm not sure on Falkenstein, because I was playing with PAX. Oh, hey, I've got more crystals, in case I need them. Oh, whatever. Here, take my flag. Take my flag. I was going to put up my flags just for funsies, but apparently I can't. Whatever. Moving on. Damn right I would play Tabal. I gotta be 100% honest. The fact that I am only 2/3 of the way through this is really discouraging. Yes, I would like to change to Bastok. Blah, 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 blah. Yes. Yes. I don't know what you're saying, Trishula. I completely disagree. In the Gustaberg Mountains of southern Quan lies the industrial nation known as the Republic of Bastok. Compared to Sandoria with its legendary Order of Knights, or Winters with its ancient institutes of magic, Bastok is still but a newborn nation. But advanced technology and near-limitless underground resources have allowed Bastok to rival the other two nations in power. Innovative and adaptable Humes make up more than half the population of Bastok. With their flair for industry, economy, and politics, they were the driving force behind Bastok's rapid growth. Even now, Humes hold key positions in those areas. Frickin' Humes. The Galka, a race of hulking humanoids, comprise a third of Bastok's population. Originally hailing from Zepwell, they came to this land over 600 years ago. Without their incomparable strength, the countless ore mines that drive Bastok's economy would never have been dug. Adventurers seeking fame and fortune flock to rising nations like Bastok. You are one of them. Your story begins here, amid the smoke and bustle of Bastok. For those who didn't catch the joke, Trishula mentioned, why didn't you change the music to Ul'Dah's? This is Ul'Dah's music. Hey, Gwyll, is it true you really saw Captain Volker? You really sure? You're talking about Captain of the Mithril Musketeers here. Telling you, I'm sure. I saw him walking towards the mines district. I bet she's investigating something. Yeah, right, like you'd ever know. Hey, didn't you say you wanted to become a Mithril Musketeer someday? You're too slow. They never take you. Besides, Galka can't become Musketeers. Even if they did, they never become captains. That's not true. 2 of the 5 Mithril Musketeers are Galka. But one of them disappeared a long time ago, right? He doesn't count. And there was even a Galka who was supposed to become captain once. Ha, that's a laugh. Whoever told you that? Oomba from the Mines District. He's just a kid. What would he know? I can't believe he'd hang around that dirty old place. We're not playing with grubby mines people like you. Hey, what's all this bickering about? Dad, you going adventuring again? I am. I'll be gone a while, but if you don't get along with the other kids, I won't bring you any presents. Yes, sir. You going too, Mr. Dalzak? Yes, be good and look after the place for me, Gwyll. Let's go play over there. Hey, guys, wait for me. Well, then let's... Oh? It's a pile of garbage. You're so pathetic and low level, I can't ask you to come with us. Like Dalzik and myself, you should try to find a party of people who are the same level as you. We do not always adventure together. Right. Is there anything we can help you with? What do you want to do first? Find some work, I guess? Well, that's good. What kind of work are you looking for? Oh, you're a patriot! You want to talk to a guard in charge of assigning missions. There's a guard west of here. Anyways, take this adventure coupon. It'll give you such an absolutely disgusting pittance of money that it wasn't even useful back in the day. Okay, yeah, tutorial. He is in sword range, that's true. Okay, hang on. I gotta establish, like, stuff here. Hang on, so, where am I? Okay, looks like Mines is the quickest to reach. Is there one there? There is. Hey, D20. Let's remove that from favorites. I'm going to remove that from favorites, too. I'm not doing Ambuscade anymore. And I'm not leveling anymore, so get rid of that one too. Relude, Western Audolin, and Southern Centauri. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's go to Vastok Mines. H10. It looks like it might be 2. Oh, whatever, let's do this one. I mean, yeah, I know, Mr. Red. Asheron's Call has the exact same thing in the tutorial dungeon. Hey, give me this, and you'll get something pathetic. It's like a really, really crummy piece of gear, but it's better than your starter gear. Okay, I'm going to H10. Okay, so that's Southgate. So it looks like this might actually be my best option for this. So there's my books. There's the person, there's Rashid. Yep, nope, this looks like my best option. Okay, I would like to do a quest, please. Go to the mines, collect a report. That's it. Okay, cool. Bit of a walk from the crystal, but whatever, I can live with that. Oh, I can't, can I? I love the favorite system. I can't favorite a crystal while I'm standing at it. I have to go to another crystal to favorite it. That's 0.1, right? Yep. So that's favorite. There we go. Okay. And now we walk in silence, knowing only the endless screaming of our hearts. Kingdom screams! I mean... That sounds like an interesting game title. Like, what kind of genre of game do you think Kingdom Screams would be? Ooh, first-person shooter. I like that. Katamari Damacy, but much more gore. Ah! Oh, God, I can picture that. Ah, that's horrible. That's horrible. Ah! Oh, jeez. It's like a really, really gross version of Viscera Cleanup Detail. Of course there's no music in here. I don't know why I expected anything else. I actually thought there'd be music in here. What is wrong with me? I'm not going. Oh my god. It's a sequel to Monsters, Inc. Kingdom Screams. Oh, no, it's a prequel, excuse me, back in medieval era. We need more screams. Our kingdom is having a desperate energy crisis. Well, it sounds pretty normal for a level 1 quest. Fight some bats and some worms in a cave. Do any of the... I just noticed almost all of these quests give no reward. You ever notice that? So, let me explain something about that. Some of you have heard me say that when me and many of my friends first picked up WoW, one thing more than everything else blew us away. Literally, it was one thing, and it completely gobsmacked all of us. It was the fact that quests were content. In other words, you would get rewarded for quests, and you could level in quests. That was new at the time. Almost every other MMO, you would do quests to get items, or gear, or money, or whatever. And then you'd go hunt to gain levels. In fact, WoW Vanilla was actually intended to be that, and then they just kind of changed their mind mid-stride, thanks to player feedback. So it's not surprising to me that most of these quests don't actually give you anything. Or if they do, they give you, like, money. I mean, money's nice, but, you know... Sorry, just food for thought, because even FF11, which again is firmly Silver era, is still that format. You know what? I'm gonna go and blow this. Surely I have 10 minutes before the next quest. Surely. Hi, Czar. Yeah, I don't necessarily mind, because I was the kind of guy who would seek out quests anyways, because I like quests, I like content. But it is interesting to see that shift in mentality. I always knew you hated Castlevania, Magister. It's very off limits. Oh, you brought the report. I'll take that. This was your first mission, wasn't it? Good work. Normally, we... Sir Lucius, how may I help you? Najee, you mentioned a report? Yes, sir. This adventure just brought. Last one. I was going to bring them all to you later, sir. Show it to me. So, more and more Galka are starting to believe in their Tailkeeper's return. The Tailkeeper? I thought that was just some myth, sir. If they were only true. I received reports the Tailkeeper is already back among them. These reports, keep bringing them to me, Najee. We do not want to bother the President with such trivial matters. Yes, sir. As for you, you've done well. Bastok needs more people like you. Wow, not many people get to speak to Lucius after their first mission. He must see something in you. Yeah, it's probably the 99 next to my level. No, Mirzaz. That's the goal for today. That is literally my goal for this day, is to get through Bastok. I mean, yeah, Blade, that might be part of it, too. I'm sorry, Mirzaz. I understand. The chief engineer is conducting research and asks someone to assist him. He can be found in the metalworks. The chief engineer's laboratory is on the second floor. You don't know his name, and you call yourself a Bastocker. His name is Sid! No, I understand, Nero says. I do. WoW hardcore. Easy answer, D20. Like that's not even a question. The problem I have is that there's nothing interesting about a sandbox MMO to me. I don't mean that as a dig. I mean that as a statement of fact. I just don't enjoy sandbox games. I enjoy content. I'll give you a specific example. Back in the day, me and a friend of mine used to make up our own games to do in GTA 4, right? That sounds like fun. And it usually lasted about half an hour, maybe an hour. And then we'd get bored because we were done. We had played with the sandbox. And that's just kind of how my mentality is in general. I can have fun in a sandbox for a couple hours, maybe. I'll use another example, Minecraft. I beat Minecraft a long time ago because I did everything I wanted to do in it, and then I just kind of put the game down and never went back to it. Hi, Sid. Remember when we saved the world from Promathia? I understand you're busy with missions, but I had a hell of a time trying to get in touch with you. At least you're here in time to see off Tenzin. Everyone else said their goodbyes except you, it seems. You want to know where he's off to? After hearing the emptiness no longer threatens its homeland, Tenzin began preparations to return to the Far East. The Tenshoto and Bastok will ferry him to Norg, and then the pirates will see him across the seas. I'll take you to Tenzin ships. No, wait, please, no! No, Sid! Sid, no! Hi, PB Goodfig. Sir Lore Runner, you have come. I prayed we would have one last meeting before my departure. My treacherous actions betrayed the sacrifices you made for me, and I fully intend to erase this dishonor as tradition demands, but another duty has stayed my hand. The emptiness has been defeated, however the war and strife born from that darkness continue to plague our people with misery. Lord Tenzin must return home to quell this unrest. In exchange for this leniency, I offer my life to assuage the insult to your honor. Take my revenge! Yes. Ink. No, God, I don't care. Your kindness will never be forgotten. I swear on my blade to mend the wounds of my homeland using the life you have spared. Once all is well, you must come and see the Far East for yourself. No, I don't think any of the expansions go there. Hate to spoil the moment, but it looks like the 10 Shota are ready to ship out. Until next we meet, Sir Lore Runner. Which is never. The trust you have shown me will bind our fates for eternity. And I'm just like, I'm in the past. Can I not? Okay. Hi, Sid. Yeah, what do you want? I'm a little busy right now. Yeah, I'm Sid. Oh, you heard about a mission. I was expecting you. Hey, Rybot, bring the thingamajig. The Tithe. This is your second mission, huh? Most of the young ones in Bastok don't have the guts to go adventuring, so I'm counting on you. This mission's not all that tough. First, you just have to go out. Rybot, oh, but if you brought the thing, don't just stand there. Say something. I brought the thing. Yeah. You don't quit that, I'm gonna start calling you Silent Mountain or something. You would not, Chief. You are not like the others. That's why I work for you. Sheesh. I like that guy. He works hard. He's thorough in his research, but if only he's a little more talkative, you know? Anyway, here's what I want you to do. Take this blue acidity tester to the Dangrove Wadi near southern Gustaberg. Try to find a place in the water where the blue acidity tester changes color. That's all. What's it for? Well, to understand, you'll have to give you some lessons on the accrual patterns of sediments in the wadi and the formations of gas pockets in the soil. And you're getting a blank expression on your face. I know. You didn't become an adventurer to study geology, right? Don't worry, it's nothing dangerous. So get going. Yep, we're on our second mission on VOD 16. Be a good fate. I need you to kill me. Just kill me. Just make it quick. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Please. Of course. Listen, I know you didn't become an adventurer to become a geologist. Actually, I did. Oh. Never mind then. I've actually been thinking about that, Toby Ellis songwriter, because I think part of the problem is that grinding sucks. Everyone agrees that grinding sucks. But as I've said many, many, many times, the definition of grind is any repetitive action you don't enjoy. I feel like, although nobody in the world would care except for me, that more open world MMOs, more MMOs, would benefit from making hunting actually interesting. God, it's way over there. You know? Now, there's only so many things you can do as a developer to make hunting, grinding, interesting. One thing I've noticed is make it very lucrative if costly. Let me try to explain that a little bit. One of the problems is, let's say you want to gain a level. Let's just break this down to a fundamental idea. So you want to get a level. So what you do then is you go out and you find bears, and you slice through 200 bears, and each bear gives you 0.5% of experience that you need to level. Once you've killed 200 bears, you level. There you go. Boom. That's not interesting. There are ways to make that kind of mulching interesting, but all of them boil down to turning it into like just a chipper shredder fest, right? It's like a Dynasty Warrior style game. And that doesn't quite work. Doing the exact inverse, I feel, might be something a developer could do to make it more interesting. For example, you kill one bear, maybe two, and that one bear gives you a level. But that's the thing. You make that bear fight a thing, right? You make that bear fight a boss, essentially. It's a whole thing, and it's like, okay, figure this out. Maybe tracking the bear down is part of the equation. Maybe figuring out what it's weak to. Maybe waiting a bit for it to be in a weaker position so you can get a sneak attack, which gives you bonus damage against it, or lowers its health, or it gives you an extra round. You get the idea, right? Doing something to make the actual fight interesting so that you really have to try on this fight. And then you beat the bear and level. Actually, I was thinking like Monster Hunter, but less time-wasty. Yeah, maybe like something to lure the bear out of its lair, because that'll give you options to set up traps or use special abilities. Because you're also thinking like different kind of classes, right? So different classes would have different stuff you could do. Yeah, it does make everything a boss fight, admittedly. But I'm mostly thinking in terms of like, again, leveling, like very specifically focusing on leveling. So we could still have trash. We'll just have trash in dungeons and quests, right? Go kill these 15 dudes is still something you can do. And I suppose in the interest of fairness, one thing you could do is you could have the bear fight, which gives you a level. Or you could have the boars, which give you, 1/50th of a level, or whatever the number actually is. In other words, there's nothing preventing you from having both the boring slog and the actually engaging fight. I don't know, food for thought. Well, that's why I'd ideally have both, Blades of All. So if you want to just go zone out, mulching boars, you can. Hell, I've argued for years that we need something closer to gambits in MMOs. And not the least of which because several of the Bronze Era MMOs had gambits. Not in the game, but in add-ons. One of the things they used to use in L-Tank, I think it was called, in Decal over an Asheron's Call, was something that you could set up and program. And it was a whole program. It's like, okay, I want to use this type of spell on this type of enemy, and this type of spell on this type of enemy. If I get below this level of health, do this. If I get below this level of magic, do this. And you'd set up a program. It was in every way a gambit system. This is fun for a first dungeon. Where am I going? I-8. It's not too far. I haven't played Unicorn Overlord, so I'll take your word on that, but... And yeah, it would take time and it would take money. God, at this point in my life, I kind of don't care anymore. If that makes any sense. The world has been so filled with greedy assholes who are doing everything in their power to squeeze the joy in life out of it every single day, out of nothing more than simple cruelty and stupidity, that I kind of don't care anymore if something's expensive, as long as it produces something good. You know? Like, I've heard a lot of people who have been, and I mean a lot of people who've been defending the current wave of unprecedented layoffs that are happening at Microsoft because, well, money's finite and time's finite. And that's pretty much the argument. And it's like, what am I doing here? Okay, I need to stand on the geyser. Okay, I can do that. Woo! Yeah, exactly, D20. It's like, Okay, we're good. Wow, nothing even told me the quest was complete. I did the quest. Wow. Now that's an idea I've tossed around a couple of times. I mentioned Shattered Galaxy as an aside earlier. For those of you not aware, that is in, or was, I haven't played it in 15 years. It was an RTS MMO. So, obviously, you play a squad. And how many units you could field actually depended on your command stat, and let's not get into that. The point is, you commanded a squad, and that was you. That was your player character, makes sense? And I've always thought there was more they could do with that, of you playing more than one unit in an MMO. Or in an RPG like this in general. Yeah, exactly, Dakota. Kingdom Under Fire 2. I don't think I've played that one. I know I haven't played Enlisted, but I have heard of it. Oh, damn, Thought Falkenstein, that sucks. Because I actually liked Shattered Galaxy for what it was worth. Granted, I didn't like the PvP, and it was primarily a PvP MMO, so I ended up putting it down. Red, as I thought. Very strong reaction, too. We should be able to use it, but make sure to minimize the ecological repercussions of such a work. Busy as always, Chief. Volker, you old dog, when did you get back? Just recently, sir. I had business in the metalworks, so I thought I'd drop by. Just have some great stories to tell. Come on, out with them. Chief, were you not speaking to this person before I interrupted? Alright, sorry, been a long time since he and I had a chance to talk. I am Volker, captain of the Mithril Musketeers. You must be an adventurer, and a new one. I hope you do well. Bastok is in need of good people. Well, at least you don't speak Taru like this Taru all the time, Taru. For your second mission, you've done very well. I'll tell the guard of the gatehouse myself. I need to go lend an ear to the president's gripes again. Ah, come on, he needs support, especially from you. Might not look like it, but I'm sure he's doing his best. Sorry to have kept you so long. Thanks again. Good work. Oh, and I might need your help again soon, so stay in touch. Look, if you want me to legitimately add a Taro at the end of every Taro word, then we've got other words to share. So far, this has been fine. I'm gonna give it walkthroughitis negative for that stupid quest we just did. I'm sorry, go stand on a vent and literally nothing indicates that's the quest objective? If I had manually decided to check my key items, I wouldn't have even known I finished the quest. Oh, we're not even close to done with that for the shoe. Although, I had a thought. Because I can actually get rid of the clink, clink, clink. No, I can't. Here, check this out. Watch this, watch this. Game. See? I just have to stealth constantly. The mines, once our main source of mithril, have been under beastman control for some time. I want you to hunt these beastmen and bring back 4 specific fetishes. Okay. Hey guys, you want to hear something funny? These can actually be traded. So I could just have these ready to go. I don't, of course, but I could have. I also don't know how to buy stuff on the auction house, so I'm not even going to try. Yeah, by the way, today marks the week marker. We have been playing this game for 1 week. Not done with vanilla. Starting to think we never will be. Oh, others, I'm guessing? Who have others? Oh god, I don't know what it's under. Hang on. How would I know this? It's apparently beast made. Is there no search? Oh my god, there's no search. What's that, Gigapudding? Yeah, so auction houses didn't exist back in the day. Hey guys, there's the fetishes. It looks like none are available for sale. I think I'm reading that right. Maybe? Which MMO had the first auction house? That's actually a really good question. It might be Lotro. Lotro is the first for a lot of things, MMO-wise. I'm trying to think if anything was before Lotro. What's the pink, then? What does pink mean? Yeah, so the way... I actually already know this works. The way that works is you put a bid... Nothing tells you if that's enough. So then we up the bid. I cannot bid on that merchandise. Wait, what? I got it? How? What? Okay. So anyways, 17 negatives to the auction house. Moving on. Hey, Ross. I'll figure out how many negatives I give that later. Because it's unironically the worst auction house I've ever seen in video gaming. I have seen... Like, EverQuest had a better auction house than this. And for those of you not aware, EverQuest didn't have an auction house. It had people standing around in town trading stuff, which was better than this. All right. I have seen the Diablo 3 auction house back when it still existed. Yeah, so you put something on the auction house and you set an amount that you want from it. And then other people go to buy it and they probably check the price history to see roughly how much they have been selling lately. And then they put a bid up. If the bid happens to be at or greater than whatever your sell price is, they get the item. Nothing tells them how much you've set it towards. So you just bid. I have actually already interacted with this because I forget what. I had to buy something early on in the run. But it boiled down to bid 10,000. Nope. Bid 20,000. Nope. Bid 30,000. Nope. And just upping the bid each time until, you know, I won. Until I actually got the item. It's... I don't have words. I actually don't. I cannot describe how much I viscerally hate the auction house in this game. And so I won't. I will leave it be. Someone do me a favor. Look up when Lotro came out, please. Like the very first launch, all the way back in the day. ...2007. So, I am wrong then, because WoW predates Lotro, and WoW had an auction house. So did anything predate WoW that had an auction house? Because that's 2004 at that point. Now, WoW Vanilla's auction house was trash. That's a good question. When did this game's auction house come out? Was it at launch? Because if that's true, then that goes back to 2002 for FF11's case. Okay, so we've got 2002 for this. Now, Lineage predates this. Did Lineage have an auction house at launch? Because I don't remember launch Lineage that well. I barely played Lineage. I mostly played Lineage 2 because of the boobs. I'm not ashamed of it. It wasn't a very interesting game. I didn't stick with it for very long. I actually still have pictures of my character. Because I take pictures of most of my characters in MMOs. Like, I still have pictures of my Earth and Beyond character. Well, yeah, no, the Bazaar thing is different. That's a different concept. That's been around since Muds. Like, that's an old concept. EverQuest had the Bazaar concept. Asheron's Call had the Bazaar concept. I don't remember if Dark Age of Camelot had an auction house. Look, I'm sorry, Evo. I like boobs. I am not ashamed of that fact. So, I know that I know the big three didn't have... Absolutely not, Czar. Absolutely not. I know that the big three did not have auction houses. Which MMO has the best boobs? Wow. So, the big three didn't have auction houses. And that's like 99. And then we have this game, which is 2002, which did have an auction house. So is anything in that range, is the question. Did anything come out before 2002, but after 1999, in terms of the MMO space? Like, I know Dark Age of Camelot's in there somewhere, but I don't remember when that came out. No, the thought of playing another Silver Age MMO makes me want to eat a knife. I'm not doing that. I'm good, thanks. No boobs are worth that. Yeah, I remember EverQuest got a auction house patched in. I didn't know it was 2002. I thought it was later than that. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? Oh, I've been here before. It just wants me to go to the elevator. Okay, I know how to get that. We don't talk about EverQuest 2. I mean, okay, let's do a real talk here, just for funsies, because I've got nothing else to talk about. When did Dark Age of Camelot come out? So, boobs in MMOs. Let's specifically zoom in on MMOs. So... Obviously, nothing in the Bronze Era is going to qualify because the only reason you can tell they're female is because they have Lara Croft syndrome. Okay. So let's scooch forward a little bit. Now, again, Lineage 2 was one of the earliest of what I nowadays refer to as Korean MMOs. The Korean MMO is kind of a subgenre of MMO. It has very no Giga. It has very specific style, gameplay approach, quest design, padding. As I've said many times, Guild Wars 2, for example, is kind of a Korean MMO, but kind of not. Basically, the other game in Guild Wars 2 is a Korean MMO, whereas the main game of it is more like Guild Wars 1 kind of a thing. The reason I bring up Korean MMOs, though, is because a lot of them trace back their boobs, let's just say it, to Lineage 2. No joke. If you feel like it, if you happen to not be at work, do yourself a favor. Do an image search right now for Lineage 2 Dark Elf. And that will explain what I'm going at in a nutshell. But here's the fun part. If you think that's excessive, no judgment, that's your choice. It gets so much worse than that. Korean MMOs' approach to boobs have gotten so ludicrous, so absolutely ridiculous that it has completely bypassed any form of reality. You're ridiculous, Eva. I love you. That's right. They also have their butts out all the time too. Can't forget about that. And yeah, exactly, Dakota. It's that particular art style which just lends itself towards that. I actually, if I could derail for just 1 second, someone was complaining recently that WoW's art style, that is to say its armor, in Midnight specifically, is terrible. Do you know why? It was because the women were not wearing that. And they even shared a picture of that as a contrast for that. It was, well, you know what? Hang on. Let me see if I can actually find this image, because it was insane. Let's just see if I can find this. I'm seeing several examples. I'm not seeing the example I was looking for. If you ever played Terra Online, you probably already kind of have an idea of where we're going with this conversation. Oh, there, that, right there. What is that? Okay, that's not actually the image I was thinking of, but it's the same MMO. Hang on. Don't be a web it. Don't be a web. Don't be a web P. One second. One second. Yeah, no, the last time WoW really leaned into slut-mogging was literally in vanilla. And if you see someone like that in WoW, generally speaking, they're wearing a vanilla outfit. There are very few exceptions to that. Again, I'm not here to judge. That's not what this is about. That's not too bad. Of course it's a WebP. Why wouldn't it be a WebP? By the way, this is apparently Black Desert Online, which should already tell you where we're going with this. There you go. Look at those boobs. Sorry, I couldn't avoid the joke. Sorry. This is actually what I'm talking about. For real. Okay, so this is the style of outfit, right? And so someone was pointing to some outfit in BDO and being like, oh my god, why doesn't WoW have outfits like this? And there was a whole paragraph which was like, God, this is why WoW's outfits suck, is they don't look like this. And I'm like, I'm not here to judge you for that, but really, that's the thrust of your argument? And yeah, no, here's the thing. Korean MMOs, in particular, tend to have boobs like that. I want you... I know this is going to sound strange. I want you to really zoom in on her chest for just a second. Just zoom in on those things, right? Okay? Those are bigger than her head. And more to the point, they don't fit anything about the rest of her model. At all. Shut up, Dragon Player. No, this poor woman is in constant back pain. And that's exactly the point I'm getting at. I actually enjoy an attractive woman as much as the next person. That's not this. This is a cartoon. This it's not even a cartoon. This is ridiculous. So, what was the original question? Best boobs in best boobs in MMOs. Nothing of the Korean MMOs is going to qualify because they're all going to look like that. That's not interesting, and more to the point, that's not well designed. That's just taking a slider and cranking it up. And this applies to a lot of those. So I mentioned Lineage 2 earlier, right? Lineage 2 is a good example of how absolutely not to do this. I do actually want to kill you. But at the same time, Lineage 2 is so tame in compared to how things have gotten nowadays. Now, FF14 is an interesting one, because FF14 has a substantially larger amount of slutmog options than, well, most MMOs that I actually play. The only one that beats that is probably Guild Wars 2. And, as we've already discussed, Guild Wars 2 is a Korean MMO, so that makes perfect sense. And, of course, all that stuff is real money, blah, 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 microtransactions, we're walking. But here's a really random fun factoid. Almost every major MMO out there makes it so that the humans have the largest chests. Now, this is so common, it has to be deliberate. And I was thinking about why this would be a thing. And it occurs to me that it's probably to make humans distinct. I could be wrong. It could just be because most players play humans, and therefore, here's your boobs. But, Night Elves are so much smaller than human chests in WoW. And, of course, in FF14, human chests are the largest by quite a margin. God, how long am I going to be in here killing these stupid things? Oh my god. This is my life. This is my life. I mean, to go back to this very game for a second, the Elvens are barely large-chested. Like, you can barely tell in some cases if they're female, if you're just looking at their chest. That's not a dig, it's just a statement of fact. Yeah, the Elvon have hips, exactly. I mean, they literally have a thigh gap. I have a thigh gap. No, I do. Look, it's right there. And the Mithra don't have anything. Yeah, they're petite, exactly. I have no idea, sorry. I mean, fair, Von Falkenstein. Oh, there's the head. Woo! Okay, we got our head. You might even say we are now ahead of the quest. Oh god, Ion 2. You could not pay me to play that. Literally, it's actually vetoed. Favorite, best dog, yes. Also, can I just say really quick that I love that Blade Ball was complaining earlier about Black Desert Online being not safe for work. Just the game. Just the game was not safe for work. Something about that really amuses me. Okay, have some fetishes. It's a very low percent, Giga. I'm pretty tolerant about letting people add games to the list nowadays. That's new. Welcome back. How was the cut-off? Sir Iron Eater, what brings you to this area? So, what is the situation in the Mines District? Sir, nothing out of the ordinary. Sir! Spare me the textbook answers. That's not what I asked. You know what I speak of, the disappearance of the Wererai. Yes, sir. I've heard he was your mentor and he's undertaken his journey of rebirth. My condolences. It's said he took his life while on his journey of rebirth. I do not come here to be told what I already know. I'm concerned with fear of the residents along the Ore Street. Yes, sir. Apologies, sir. We will double our efforts to gather any information. Understood. I apologize for my temper. 'Cause anger, right? For someone known as the Immovable Rock, it's unusual to see him so angered. Once a Galka, always a Galka. I guess they have a bond. We Humes will never understand, because, remember, Humes are apathy. What? Nope, that's correct. Okay, whatever. Have you heard of the strange structure called the Crag of Dem? It is on the highlands north of the Gustaberg Mountains. They say crystals are drained of their power if you take them a certain section there. Chief Sid is investigating. You want a crystal to use for this experiment. Are you not an adventurer? It'd be easy for you to procure one. Oh, sure, source my own. Uh-huh. Well, just for funsies, let's check the auction house. Why not? It's literally right here. Jesus. Fine, here's 20,000. Give me my freaking crystal. Whoops, I bought 12 faded crystals. Well, whatever. Anyways, the answer for the best boobs in MMOs is obvious. It's Asheron's Call. Any questions? Oh, I should have said. I should have said Ultima Online. Asheron's Call is very dead, yes. Yeah, Asheron's Call had the Lara Croft thing. As thought, its pattern of deterioration is almost identical to one found in Bordeaux. I don't know what to make of all the strange occurrences that have been happening lately. What if this has something to do with the shattered telepoints? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself. Good job. You can... Wait, can I ask you to do something else for me? You remember Volker? He was here when you were reporting the results of the first mission to me. It'd be best if you deliver this to him personally. He's a busy man and hard to find. Give it to one of his mithril musketeers. Yame should be near the guard office. Okay, sure. Yeah, Sid's pretty short for a human. All his bone growth went into his teeth. Just to the captain. I can't make heads or tails out of this. I'm sorry, can you give it to Ayami instead? It's technical stuff is her specialty. It's all mumbo-jumbo to me. But do me a favor, don't tell her I asked you to, or she's going to make fun of me again. Fine. You have a letter from the chief engineer. May I see it? There's a report on the investigation of the Crystal Line. It's addressed to the captain, which means our company's moving out soon. I thank you for bringing this to me. Your presence is much appreciated. Chief's a little busy these days to do chores himself. I must ask you one thing, though. Why'd you bring this to me, not Naji? He's also a musketeer and posted close to the entrance. He didn't look smart enough. Well, he is always saying I'm a fighter, not a thinker. The latter I may have to agree with. You're very perceptive. I like that in adventure. I guess I'll be seeing you a lot more. You are to collect a lizard egg from the beasts of the Dangraf Wadi. Senator Eloy is in need of some. Don't ask me why. He can be found in the president's office. Okay. Yeah, this is an interesting series of missions. Go to the auction house, buy this quest item, turn it in. That's been 3 quests in a row now. I'm not complaining, it's just kind of interesting. There it is. I mean, yeah, sell in bulk and all that. I've been wondering, what gold sinks are there in this game? Because I haven't really encountered any of note. I've seen several gold fountains, but no actual sinks. Good senators like myself take time to listen to the pleas of the masses, unlike our young and inept president. Fnarf, fnarf. Oh, you've brought me a lizard egg. I just love these cooked... it's very important to the safety of Bastok, yes. It's imperative you do not tell anyone you brought this to me. You have proven yourself a great patriot. I'll be following your career with great interest. Is literally a line he just said. I didn't make that up. Senator, sir, you still haven't handed in your orders regarding... Aye, Anita, what are you doing here? I'm in the middle of very important... Lizard eggs again, sir. How did you know? I mean, get out! It's going to spoil if I don't cook it. Bon appetit, sir. Just hand the papers in to one of the musketeers as soon as you're done. Tell me, do you not sometimes wonder if these missions are truly worth your time? Yeah. You're an honest one, but it's not something you should say to a Mithril musketeer, especially when you're near the president's office. Either way, there's no question you've done a great deal for the prosperity of Bastok, and you will in the future as well. I must try to do the same. Quest complete. I will be right back. It is kind of funny to me because, like, I don't know how much credit these quests get it, because most of this stuff would be boring, go do, grind on dungeons quests, if not for the fact that the items are tradable. But on the same time, they did bother to make them tradable. I will say these are, without a doubt, the best quests of the nation state so far. I mean that. I was not overly fond of early Sandoria, and especially not early Windhurst. Even if these are go and grind an enemy thing, it's not terrible, especially in comparison to the stuff we've already seen. So... yeah, there's also just the tiniest bit more story here. Or maybe the story is just more interesting. I don't know. So, Spectre Cernagi of the Mithril Musketeers. This mission is of great import to the welfare of our nation. And you notice we've already seen people who are well-meaning, is the word I want to use, while also being immediately alongside people who are overtly corrupt. Oh, is this... yep. Okay, I know what quest this is. It's time to go to Windhurst. Yes, really. Yeah, I think actually you're right, Bladeville. I think it's just a more interesting story. So normally when I do this quest, there's a thing saying, this route's quicker. I noticed that there is no thing saying that this time. Good to see you again. I hear you're going overseas. Usually I give you your orders, but this time the President's aide wants to meet you in person. I don't know if the missions you've been with so far are tough for you, but this time I'm sure it's going to be a real challenge. I mean, you're going to have to go to both Sandoria and Windhurst. It's not likely to be someone nearby, like Gustavarg or the Conch Islands. You'll have to travel by sea, too. And this is the President's room. Remember to be polite. Oh, and don't say anything that might offend him. He's really touchy. Hey, dingus! Look at that thigh gap. Look at it! We've been expecting you. I remember meeting you after your first mission. Let me introduce you. This is Sir... President Karst. That's how you will address me. Lucius, what was that about a first mission? The report from the Zuran mine, sir, about the Tailkeeper. Ugh, those Galka again. I was not informed you had met with a messenger, Lucius. I didn't feel it was necessary to bother you with such trivial matters, sir. President Lucius. My apologies, sir. I'm sorry for not having informed you about the Galka, Mr. President. No matter, here are your orders. As you know, there are 3 other nations aside from our own in Venediel. Juno is still professing neutrality, so I want you to go to the other 2. Doesn't matter what you do first, do your thing. No questions. This is a letter of introduction, these are your orders, depart immediately, blah, blah, blah. So how'd it go? Did the President nag at you? I still can't believe the Chief Sid actually backed that guy during elections. Oops, you didn't hear me say that, okay. Gotta go. Well, let's do Windhurst first. Just to get it out of the way and done with. Let's do this. Yeah, let's get Windhurst out of the way. Yeah, never have to go back. That's our reward for doing this quest. Sometimes we get Gil. Sometimes we get an item. Sometimes we get an unlock, but this time we get the right to never have to come back here. I'll miss the music. Really, Mr. Red? Tell me more. Yeah, it's the opposite of an unlock. It's a lock. What? Ah, there we go. I am Melek, Council of Bastok. I trust you had a safe sail here. So you're Lore Runner, the one who accepted the cooperative mission to Windurst, I see. Well then, Gold Skull, and former fair citizen here about the mission. Allow me to explain. The mission from our comrades in Windurst entails the ablation of magic weapons to Gideus, the front line of the abode of the Yagudo Beastmen. One of the magic weapons to be dedicated to Gideus will be handed to you at the Heavens Tower. Your orders are to help carry those magical weapons to the Yagudo treasure chamber. You look perplexed. Well, I guess if you put it frankly, you're carrying a tribute to a pack of beastmen. You see, in order to maintain the peace of the country, the Windurstians have formed amicable relations with the Yagudo. But as you've probably realized, it's hard to call their relationship amicable when you witness the outrageous behavior of the Yagudo. So we have to try to curtail the beastmen's military potential without losing the trust of Windurst. That's where real purpose comes in. Please explain the mission. After receiving the magical weapons, you are to return here and present the weapons to us. We will exchange these with a different weapon, which we'll take to Gideus as an offering instead. You understand? Of course, the fact that we're switching weapons is top secret. We're forbidden from meddling in the internal affairs of another country. However, we wish to save Windurst from this dangerous predicament. Well, you better get going. I pray your mission is a success. Honestly, I think living in Windurst would be worse than Gridania. Gridania has to deal with the elementals, but that's kind of it. Windurst is like awful on top of awful. Windurst does have a cooking guild, but Gridania... I got nothing. Look, if that's your choice, Giga, that's on you. You weirdo. You freak! Shake fist. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't want to live in any of the city-states in FF14. They all suck for some reason or another. Ul'dah is ripe with corruption and lives in the middle of a freaking desert. Limsa Lominsa is going to smell of fish everywhere and has constant beastman attacks. In Gridania, you have to deal with the elementals and assholes. I would literally rather live in Ishgard than any of those. And Ishgard has its own issues. Ishgard issues, you might even say. Tuliolo? Well, to go back to Giga's point, Tuliolo probably has the best, and I want to stress, the best food, like, in anywhere. So, that alone, I'm just saying. Coastal, nice climate, good food. Hey, it's Ajita Morgito. And Lion! You don't look like someone from around here. My name's Lion. I'm an adventurer like you. And I'm dead. I, too, came here to pick up the offering to the Yagudo. It's terrible. The Yagudo are just using the frightened Totaro to get more and more supplies. The representatives here in the Heavens Tower won't listen to me, but I'm certain some of the weapons and food are just sold to other beastmen around Vana'diel. Although the talk of a new leader bringing the beastmen forces together, I just hope Windhurst opens its eyes in time. Something else? No. No, there isn't, Lion. You say my father told you to seek me out. I've been trying to find out about strange portals. Whatever that is. Yeah, no, exactly, though, no matter what. The question is now. All of these places sucked 80 years ago. Like, literally all of them. But the Warrior of Light's been running around sprinkling republics everywhere, and that's been helping a lot. I've received a report on a mission. Your orders are... You are the adventurer from Bastok, will be taking today's offering to Gideus. It makes Kupipi so sad to ask adventurers from other countries to do a task that should be done by Windhurstians. But doing this helps maintain the peace in Windhurst. So I ask you to kindly shut your eyes to any doubts you have concerning this mission. Now take this item to the treasure chamber in Gideus and return it back in one piece. You know, honestly, I can't even come up with a major negative to living in Tuliolo. So yeah, no, I'll take Tuliolo. Interesting enough, I could say the same thing about, I don't remember what its name is. The Endwalker town. And yeah, indoor plumbing is always nice. No, but it's on the coast, Blake Taval. I've lived on the coast. I know how you deal with heat on the coast. Because I didn't have air conditioning back then. I had the ocean. No, not Charland. The other one. I cannot think of the name of the damn place. It's where the Hildebrand quests of Endwalker are. I could say other things about it. Radzat Han, that's it. Radzat Han I would also be in favor of, for various reasons. Is it really Mr. Red? No shortcuts for me. I don't suppose there's any quests ahead of this, which require me to get something from the auction house, because, you know... That'd be nice. Wait. Okay. Take the sword to Gideus instead. Good luck. Also, did you notice that Bastok are the only nation actively interfering in the affairs of the other nations? Not counting Juno. That's true, Mad Overlord. I can't argue, though. Look, if I had to choose between Non or an Archon burger, what is wrong with you? Why would you even think that's a question? Why is that something you would even debate? I mean, yeah, but well, I noticed that too. Probably on purpose. What? Giga? Alright, I've got a mission now. And the only prescription is getting Giga to try Non. So she can have real bread. Alright, where am I going? I wonder if I can go up here. That looks like I can. Yes, Giga's never had Naan. She is deprived. Oh, there it is. Aspir knife. Thank you. I'd like to lock this item. I rolled a 95. I really didn't want that. Jesus. Honestly, you probably saved me about 2 minutes, Mr. Red. Just walking all the way up to G7 and then walking all the way back down. No, you saved me a minute. Or 2. Now I'm here. I just like... Hello. This... Okay, so apparently this isn't map 2. Damn. Alright, well, hang on. Gotta figure out where map 2 is. A lot of people here. Ah, I see it. Ah, okay. Well, just for you at home. There you go. I get rid of the clopping. Honestly, it's gotten to the point where I've just been kind of trying to tune everything out. More or less, literally everything. Just turning off my ears. I thought about taking out my headphones. I put them back in when we get to real content, of course, but like for vanilla, listen to this. No, Giga. Like I said, my goal, and I am trying to blitz as much as possible. I'm even not even going to take a big lunch break. Because I really, 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 really want to get through Bastok today. I don't even know if I'm going to manage it, and I almost don't care. I just really would like to get to freaking Bastok today. Or through, you know what I mean. Through Bastok today. So far, it's been pretty swift. We've spent less time here than in Windurst doing one quest. Because the last thing was just a turn-in. It's like an hour and a half doing one quest for Windurst. Jesus Christ. And 3 trips. 3 trips up the tower. So he says, this blunt weapon will not do, so you have to bring me another weapon. And he says, I demand this specific weapon, and then we give him the thing that just dropped. And then we leave. What's up, Giga? We'll listen to Magister's favorite song. Really, Giga? That's kind of weird. So what I'm hearing is Wings has 3 separate quest chains. And I... Welcome back. Your mission with the incident. We've sent the real magic weapons like the ones you brought us back to our homeland. They'll come in use, so we're robbing them. I presume you'll proceed to Consulate Bastok in Sandoria next. Here's how you get to Sandoria. Well, actually, no. In fact, if you remember, the content we're doing right now isn't MSQ. It's the biggest reason why I wasn't going to be doing this content. I was going to be doing MSQ only. And then Mr. Red said, I want you to suffer. And for some reason I listened to him. So now we're doing Prime Opt, which I had not committed to do. And in fact, I didn't budget time for either. This is all just, free, technically. I mean, honestly, just... If Mr. Red had a Mr. Accident, I wouldn't be very Mr. Sad about it. I just want you to know that. Thank you for the sub, Leviathan Hunter. I do appreciate you. I don't particularly want to do all 3, no. As for which one I do, I'll let anybody other than Mr. Red decide that. Well, I mean, yeah, I should hope Wings content is better than vanilla. Lore Runner, I've heard good things about you. Sandoria is locked in battle with the Orcish Horde. It's tough on the townsfolk. They can't even go outside without fearing for their lives. The royal house is trying to suppress the beastmen, but with so much intrigue in the royal family, they can't take decisive action. But I shouldn't keep you long. I don't know the details of your assignment myself. Head to the chateau. Talk to Lord Halver. I wonder if Halver's going to be a dick again. While I'm running, it's a good time to write that down. So let's see, that was... Cyberpunk, MechWarrior 5 Mercs, and MechWarrior 5 Clans. Done. Thank you again, Blue Highlander. An adventurer from Bastok, are you? The consul sent word about you. You look able, that's for sure. Well, you may never reach the glory of the Royal Knights, but do good work and you'll be rewarded accordingly. Here's our dilemma. The orcs have said... Oh my god, he didn't spend 3 paragraphs telling me about how much I suck before he talked to me. Wow. The orcs have been showing signs of intelligence lately. They even used ranged weapons, even machines of war. Our investigations indicate someone is behind the orcs, supplying them with weapons. We want you to find a cavern in a place called Yuga Grotto. We've sent many people there, few have returned. There may be danger involved, but if you provide us with useful information, formal recognition from the Kingdom of Sandoria will be yours. Oh my god, you're offering me the recognition? Holy moly. Sign me the hell up! Yep, I'm getting paid and exposure. Oh, this FF is definitely up there with FF2, Dylan. Where am I going? I mean, we are basically an intern at this point. Which is funny, because in like 2 quests we're killing the Shadow Lord. Oh, you should definitely make real dinner. Yes, I thought the orcs might have the sword, but I guess I was wrong. Instead, we have to have a hint that the Shadow Lord is returning. And now I have definitely showed this quest off on camera, so I don't have to read any of this. Hi, Colgrim. A fight with no gain is a fight for fools. Let us leave this battle for the adventurer and move on. You assholes! God, Rochefong, you really are a royal. And I absolutely mean that as an insult. The Shadow Lord will return. Lion is here. She has boobs. Thanks, Mr. Red. So I guess that's what Red Mage armor looks like in this game. Kind of looks exactly what I was expecting. Not bad, but not great. I kind of like FF14's better, but I mean, duh. Yes, she has yet to reach her true Korean MMO levels of power. Over here. Nah, I don't care that much. Who? Blitterball. I meant to ask, so what is my home city whatever person I'm currently sworn to? Oh, you know what? Yeah, Blitterball, I can see that. Well, that's funny, because I'm going to be Bastok for, like, the rest of my life. Unless I have to switch again in order to do the Wings quest. Where do you live? Bastok at the moment. Oh my god, the Shadow Lord has returned. I guess I can read this while I'm walking. You've been officially certified by the King of Sandoria. Now all that's left to do is go home and get your adventure certificate. And you're an official adventurer. Make haste back to the homeland and see Naji by the President's office. He'll be waiting for you. Also, I'd be much obliged if you can bring this report back when you do. Don't forget to give it to him now. Ah, damn it. Wings first, so there'll be Wing Talk and Wing Doria. So how was it? Did the orcs or the Yakudo give you any trouble? I envy you. I'm a Mithril Musketeer, but all they make me do is stand guard at that door. Captain Vulcan the Iron Eater get all the good missions, and Naomi always puts me down. I'm a Mithril Musketeer, cream of the crop. Why do I have to do guard duty? It's not fair. Perhaps I should order you to sweep the Koda from the Palbura, single-handedly. Mr. President! Go to your post, Naji. That's an order. Report. What have you learned? Blah, blah, blah. Shadow Lord is back. Blah, blah, blah. Woo! So my next quest involves killing 20 enemies, it looks like, if I'm reading this correctly. The weirdest setting to make grim, dark, edgy remake of? Winnie the Pooh. Yes, I know they've already done that. It really kind of flies in the face of what Winnie the Pooh is. Like, fundamentally. I know it's a common trick. It is. It's a very common trick to take something innocent and sweet and turn it evil. That's why children are so common in horror stories. But it doesn't change the fact that that's not something I would be generally in favor of. It is, in a word, cheap. Okay, I'll just stand here. I stand here. Standing. Standing. Thank you. Like, the whole point is we have so much dark, doomy, and gloomy fiction that truly wholesome fiction is legitimately rare to the... Like, good wholesome fiction is rare to the point of being unusual. It always irritates me when someone then decides to walk it. Oh no. It's one of the biggest reasons I get so pissed off when people constantly joke about how Pokemon is really dystopia. It's like, no. It may be ill thought out, but no, you know? One second. You know, I use Winnie the Pooh as a casual example, but, like, think about it for a second. How about some grimdark MLP? Probably Lord Harrowmont? Of course, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure we have seen that. Oof! Ah, you must be the adventurer who's to join us on our mission. I've heard much about you. We'd like to hold a briefing soon. You'll be allowed to prepare for the mission afterwards, but the briefing may take some time. Are you ready? Okay. Milady, where are you going? Oh, hi. Don't mind me. I'm just going to the Mines District. Again. We Mithril Musketeers cannot chaperone you every time you decide to go on these excursions. I know. That's where I'm going myself. Don't worry. I'll be fine. Bye. No, wait. Drat. Hey, where's she going? Where's she going? You, sir, were stationed to stop her. But... I'm talking back to Senior Musketeers, or should I call you number 5? Come on, get in. Yeah, exactly, Blade Jamal. Thank you for all coming on such short notice. Here's your mission. You're to mount an assault on the Kurav stronghold in Bordeaux. Be warned, this is only a limited strike. Your main objectives are to coordinate tactics with experienced adventurers and familiarize yourself with local terrain. As you see, some of our good adventuring friends have agreed to join the Musketeers on this operation. Number 4, Ayame planned this operation, so she'll be in charge. Number 5, Naji will be assisting her. We'll follow her orders. First, we rendezvous with Bordeaux near the entrance to the Kurav stronghold. Your targets are the Copper Kurav in charge of the perimeter defense. Each of you must defeat 20 Copper Kurav. Don't get lost now. You should talk. You get lost in your own log house. Hey. A positive, uplifting version of 1984. Yeah, I mean, like, the thing is, you just get rid of the totalitarianism. At which point, it's just, like, a day-in-the-life story. Yeah, I've actually talked about that before, because we've streamed Black and White. One of the things I didn't mind about the villain of Black and White is that he's kind of an exception. He's kind of the exception. In fact, I would go so far as to say there's probably only 2 legitimately evil characters in Pokemon, and that's one of them. And that kind of thing can work, even if the overall setting is positive. Having one person be messed up can then serve as good contrast, right? An exception that proves the rule kind of a deal. Yes, the other one being inviolate. Rah, rah, ring the bell! Sorry. That's a reference no one's going to get, because it's an old Doctor Who episode. You're just saying that because you were a death machine, Giga. Alright, who's ready to be bored? Man, I hope so, Giga. So, kill 20 Copper Quadav. That's the quest. All kill counts count towards total, but Mr. Id refuses to help me. Because he wants me to suffer. He knows that I must suffer. That's a good question. I don't know, Giga. Does it keep track for me? I don't think it does. So that's one. No, it's okay, Mr. Ed. Go do your cooking. It's just amusing to me that you actively were like, alright, I'm out, peace! On a mission where it actually could have, I could have used help. So that's 3. That's true push-ups. 4. I mean, Arceus scored really well. The only thing that dragged Arceus down was its story axis, which just kind of wasn't even there. 5. It's fine, Mr. Ed, really. Go back to cooking. Six. I hope you like hearing the first few seconds of those horns. It's supposed to be a 7th. Yep, there it is. Before we go into the mines. Alright, so that's all the ones topside. I don't know what their respawn timer is, so we're going to go down. I love getting cursed, Giga. It's copper. We need copper Quadavs. God. And I'm cursed. But I got 8. No, it's in zone. 9. I have to kill 20 mobs, Evo. And because this is an old MMO, it's 20 specific mobs. Nine. Oh, well, now I zoned, so now it won't count. Shoot. Alright, back. Looks like I missed a spot. See, I feel like there's more than 9 spawns. It might not be, I don't know. Oh yeah, I guess I could do that. There's a bunch over there. Listen, is it really an MMO if you're not just sitting around waiting for enemies to respawn so you can progress? That's pretty much the MMO experience right there. Ten. $11. 12. 13. 14. No, it's actually interesting because, you know, you're all saying, in this exact case, it's totally acceptable, but what's funny is, I've played MMOs before. Most of the time, the respawn is just too damn short. Or long, you know what I mean? It takes too long. I have played many MMOs where, I'm not joking, the gameplay was, fight something, and then sit down for several minutes. By the way, we have now swept all of the copper guys here. So, I'm going to go back to topside, because that's probably where I'm going to respawn first. I need 6 more. Supposedly I'll get a cutscene when I get the 20th. But I'm keeping track just in case. Oh, I see my target. I'm Mr. Red. As the cause of all of my problems, I have but one recourse. Shink! It's the only way, Mr. Red. I'm so sorry. I'll try to make it as quick as I can. It'll take me 7 days to kill you. Oh, God. Just thinking about that is horrifying. Now you, go away. you, go away. A ballista? Oh god, how does that work out? Alright. You know, that's actually a good question. I know a little bit about the Yagudo and a little bit about the orcs. I haven't learned jack about the Quadav yet, and why they're here and why anybody cares. Alright, so let me give some negatives really quick here. Really, Valerian? Oh yeah, because because the humans don't care, because apathy. You're our enemy. Who are you again? Oh hey, fetish leggings for that other quest. That's funny. That is funny. Oh, some respawns. I'm gonna give it a second though. Can I help you? So that should be 16. Thank God, I've actually lost track. 17. I'm gonna let Mr. Red hit this. I just want to see. 18, ostensibly. Okay, so 19. Alright, that should be 20. Nothing's happening. Good sign. Good sign. Yep, no, we're going to cover here. We're going to kill this guy. Okay, still nothing happening. Still a good sign. Oh, that would be awful, Mr. Ed, because I did accidentally zone earlier. That would really suck if that's true. Oh, wait, hang on. There's literally 3 words I missed there. Why would the game tell you anything, Evo? What is wrong with you? Why would you want information in-game? You know, Asheron's Call didn't add a quest log until, like, 2012 or something like that. It's a really crappy quest log, too. It is unironically easier to just keep track of stuff yourself. It's actually 6 words. Zone out for a cutscene. But the zone out is the part I missed. I mean, I'm not that familiar with 1984, so I actually don't have that many thoughts on it in general. Sorry. I haven't read it since high school, I want to say. Good, you've all done well. We only are missing Naji. Damn him, why is he always like this? Hey guys, wait to hear what I did. You're late. You almost compromised our retreat. Everyone was worried you might be injured. I'm sorry, it's just been a while since I got a real bash on enemies, so I couldn't leave without some extra... Mission's over. You may go back to Bastok at your leisure. I'll report success to the captain. Dismissed. Wait, you're not angry at me, are you? May not seem so, but those two are great warriors. They're both the youngest people to come Mithra Musketeers ever. Almost seems like this mission was a tedious chore to them. Yeah, me too! It seems to me that mission's objective was to test us adventurers in order to select the best of us for a greater task. I was just about to laugh if being silenced prevented me from warping. I was just gonna laugh. I suppose the only thing I could say, Push-Ups, is several dystopic fictions have that exact same theme. Slow descent, right? No possibility of things getting better. Logan's Run, for another example. Yes, get some dinner, Mr. Red. I might even eat lunch. Not now, obviously. I want to get through these goddamn quests. Yeah, as the saying goes, fascism is inherently self-destructive. It cannot endure for a particular length of time, or past a particular length of time. So, yeah. Hang on, is this one of the optional ones? Hey, Mr. Red, I want you to know that I appreciate you, but the hair meat you got me is for one of the optional missions, which I am now going to skip. Sorry. If it makes you feel better, I'm not going to read any of this quest out loud because, that's right, we're going back to Delphi. This is one of the repeat quests. You know what I could do, actually? I think I will. I think I will. I'll see you guys in a minute.